Movie The Bank Job.
Marylebone Road and Baker Street. On the corner here's the bank. Next door is the Chicken Inn, and at 189 Le Sac. And the back here's an underground car park with direct access to the shop's basement.
And we are so happy to have her back with us. Good morning, welcome.
Thank you.
People are talking about this movie, and one of the interesting things is that it is based on a real story. So how true to the original story is the movie? Does it take artistic liberties?
You know, I have to say it's very true.
Really?
It's worryingly true, because when you see the film, you'll see that there are some reveals there about certain elements of British society that really hadn't come out before in the press in such a way. It's quite true and quite raunchy.
Really? Raunchy doesn't sound raunchy the way you say it with your English accent. It sounds like so polite. Raunchy.
But the actual bank robbery is entirely true, and one of the great things is that there was a woman who was very involved in organising it. And so that's who my character is.
Now, given that you were like the only woman with all of these guys, I imagine it was just a really, really hard
terrible
shoot
time
for you.
A little bit like Troy, actually.
I know, I was going to say, you seem to, take on these roles a lot where you're like the one strong woman with all these hot guys.
Thank you. Well, Jason Statham is wonderful in this, and he's got a little bit of a Steve McQueen thing. He's got a lovely twinkle in his eye. And our story,
you get to kiss him?
We get to kiss.
Is he a good on-screen kisser?
He's lovely.
He's lovely.
And also, of course, we have a history. The whole thing in the story is that when we were young, we had a sort of, when we were kids practically, we had a little romance maybe. So there's a lot of history which is nice to play.
So did you, really being on a set with all these guys, are you like a girly girl, or are you more like, do you like hanging out with guys?
They're lovely. They take care of you. They're all very gentlemanly.
Chairs, open doors?
Absolutely. It's absolutely. They take me for lunch every day, and there was a kind of, they treat you very nicely, and we spent hours and days in this sort of tunnel digging, doing this sort of digging.
And this was shot in London, right?
It was shot in London, and very much true to the real robbery that took place, where over $8 million was taken in '71. So imagine what that would be now.
So, being from London, was this like a story that like everybody knew about? Like it's like almost folkloric in London? Like this
Absolutely. I think anyone the generation above me remembers it very well, because it was the largest robbery that Europe had ever encountered. And the thieves fled the scene very quickly, leaving behind them a trail of diamonds. And so something interesting happened there.
Yeah. Also, you're still on Boston Legal currently, which is William Shatner. That's just, and now John Larroquette's joining the cast as well.
Larroquette is wonderful, and we all share a corridor of dressing rooms. And William Shatner loves jazz, so he begins to play jazz very loudly at 7 a.m. and that goes on throughout the day.
Wow, well, better that than
absolutely
really loud music.
Give me jazz any day. Absolutely.
By the way, were you there? I recently saw him talking about having a kidney stone. And were you there when that happened? I know this is very inside, but he had a kidney stone on the set, and he sold it for like $20,000 in charity.
Yes. The bodily functions that take place on my set are something else. People discuss all manner of things. Yeah. And you get familiar, because everyone's been there for a while, probably like with your crew.
Yes. We know a little bit TMI.
Yeah, you
way TMI. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's great to see you. And The Bank Job opens on Friday. And coming up in the next hour is Playboy in the future for the Olsen twins.
She's got such a tough life, from Brad Pitt to Jason Statham.
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. Oh, that's my favorite.
Eric.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're the ones that have it easy. They get to work with her.
Yes, that's true. She's lovely.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Up next on the More News, get energized with that, even getting out.